Hi, I'm John Schroeder, and welcome to our latest edition of Casey Clips. This time, we will discuss what it takes to become prosperous. While prosperity is often thought of in connection to wealth, it covers a lot more ground than that. Prosperity is defined as having a perfect balance of wealth, good health, and satisfying relationships. If you only have two of those three things in your life, you will still feel unfulfilled until you have all three. All of nature thrives by maintaining a perfect balance of giving and receiving. And having fulfilling relationships, most people agree that occurs when there is a loving give and take between two people. Most people already understand that to have friends, we must be friendly, and to have love, we must be loving. But how does that balance of give and take work with health? The Casey readings say that the human body could last forever if we would balance our assimilations with our eliminations. If we take only healthy nourishment in, exercise to keep the body active, and maintain good thoughts all the time, the body will eliminate anything that does not serve our good health. It is only when we consistently eat poorly, don't exercise, and think negative thoughts that the body eventually loses its battle to survive. So to be prosperous through health, balance our assimilations with our eliminations. But you're probably watching this video to discover, as the title mentioned, how do you become rich? The balance here is physical, mental, and spiritual. We are to give of our money, our talents, and our time in order to keep prosperity flowing freely through our lives. How much of our money, talent, and time should we donate to achieve a prosperous balance? When Edgar Casey was asked this question, he gave a very short, direct answer. 10%, as all should. The Bible calls donations to the church a tithe, or 10% as well. It's not hard to calculate 10% of our income, but how do you calculate 10% of your talents and time? Let me start with the time aspect of tithing because it's the easier one. If full-time employment is 40 hours per week, try volunteering 4 hours each week toward a nonprofit effort where you feel spiritually drawn and nourished. It doesn't have to be a church. It could be for an animal shelter, a food bank, or even a personal effort to clean up trashy areas in your neighborhood. Figuring out 10% of our talents is tougher to discern. But try this. Donating your time toward unskilled nonprofits could expand into volunteer hours where you have specific skills. For example, you may be a tradesman who can fix things or do home repairs for the elderly. Perhaps you have accounting skills and can do tax returns for those who don't know how. Another great example comes from a friend of mine who worked for a grocery store. He started out volunteering for the Feed the Homeless effort through his church. That role expanded to where he used his connections in the grocery industry to get food donated to the Feed the Homeless project. The same 4 hours each week resulted in thousands of dollars of food, helping the effort far more than him serving or packaging food on the front lines. I left tithing of money for the last because people have the following question. Do I tithe on the gross or the net of the income I receive? The answer is to tithe whatever you can with joy in your heart. Start with the net income and watch it work in your life. That will give you more faith in the cycle of prosperity, and you will be able to give more without fear. The odd truth about tithing is that we actually give away 100% of the earthly wealth that we accumulate in this life, albeit not all of it is given away at the same time. When we pass away, we leave it all behind. So tithing is a way of giving more deliberately, rather than being forced to give it away when we die. The subject of being prosperous cannot be understood thoroughly in the few minutes I've been talking here. The good news is that I wrote a 130-plus page book on the subject, and I want to give it to you for free. If you will send an email requesting The Price of Prosperity by John Schroeder, and send that to email address edgarcaseyaz@gmail.com, we'll send you a PDF copy of the book free of charge. If you want a paperback copy, it is available on Amazon, but they'll charge you $12.95 for it. That's it for this edition of Casey Clips. A YouTube subscriber to our channel asked if we would do a video proving that God exists. It's one of my favorite subjects, and so look for that to be our next Casey Clips video. Until then, remember that God loves you with an everlasting love.